Sam Martinich was born and raised in Missoula. He left to hitchhike for a few years before recently returning. Currently, he fills his time installing dishwashers and slinging burritos. In his time off, he enjoys drinking tasty beers and getting beaten up by nerds. That's what he said. Please welcome Sam Martinich.
Hi, Mammy. So, nestled in the mountains in Northern California, just directly south of Mount Shasta, there's this hidden valley, this real fertile land that you have to follow a long, windy road to get to. There's a lot of geothermic activity with hot springs peppering the river along the way. It was one of the last settled areas in America because of its remoteness. Now, the first property that you pass going into this place called Big Bend is a little place called the Duck Farm. It got its name because there is a couple who won the lottery in California. Their kids had all grown, and they wanted to try and live the country lifestyle. Well, being completely inexperienced, they came out here, bought some ducks, and tried to raise them, and the ducks started getting sick. To try and nurse them back to health, they brought them inside and tried to bring them back in the farmhouse. But the ducks, being living things, did what all living things do, and shat all over the place, leaving their excrement everywhere, just layers and layers of it. To the point where they forced the family out of the farmhouse and into one of the outlying buildings on the property. And soon enough, these ducks started to die. And this couple, not knowing what to do, decided to stick these duck carcasses into one of the chest freezers on the porch there and then leave. So this farmhouse, it stayed like that for a few years until there was a group of rainbow gathering hippies who decided that they wanted to try and purchase this property to make a permaculture design farm and learning center and community gardens, with the premier project being there, 2-acre hugelkultur maze. Now, hugelkultur is where you take piles of wood and cover them over with dirt. Over time, the wood breaks down, enriching the soil. These are about 10 feet tall, and we're using a full-size excavator to create, and they're just pouring resources into it. The community really didn't get behind it with that, and then, of course, being hippies, they brought their friends to come work on the farm. And so the place kind of gathered the reputation of a party scene squat house. Now, around this time, I'd been out hitchhiking, and I'd made friends with a gal who had gotten herself pregnant in Portland from one of the local street kids. But we were... That wasn't a funny part. We were looking for a place for her to give birth and reconnect with her family who were dealing with their business in Texas. And we heard about this place where one of the families that was there had a baby in the back bathroom. So we made our way out there, and when we first pulled in, the first person to come out to greet us was a woman in a frilly pink tutu wearing a sombrero who came out and shouted, "Welcome to Big Bend, Yoni of the Earth." Yeah, and this family was going to be leaving soon. At this time, the people who kind of started the project were focused on their own personal properties. So we were kind of passed on that mantle of manager of this farm when we had no experience doing that. The husband there, he said to me right before they left, Have fun hurting the anarchists. Too true. So we had our own responsibilities in it. This woman who I was traveling with that was looking to give birth to a baby, she was writing grants, or grant proposals, and trying to work with the nonprofit status of this zany project. While meanwhile, I was being trained on the excavator after smoking a joint with the fella who trained me. That excavator nearly killed me, by the way. I just picked up a load of wood and went to load it on the dump truck. Didn't notice one of the treetops sticking out, and it whipped across the cab and across my throat, and leaving a bruise. I just dropped the load I had and was, nope, done. But we continued doing this work for a couple of months, and this baby is born in the back bathroom, the second one at the duck farm. My goddaughter, Lyra Lee. And after this near-death experience, it was really, it drove the point home for me of the fragility and tenacity of life and the importance that it keeps changing, keeps going forward. But yeah, we continue on, and because of all these different people that keep coming in, these Shanti crystal hippies and these crusty train kids and a garden guru con man and an actual permaculture expert that probably could have driven the farm quite a bit. Yeah, actually, some of these kids wanted to dig a hobbit hole and ended up going out digging a 6-foot wide hole about a foot deep, and then left our shovels out there. I had to go on a scavenger hunt to go find them. We started really trying to narrow in who we brought into this project, because otherwise it was going to go nowhere. So we brought in a family that had their own farm animals who really actually did up the productivity there. But and also the wife of this couple was pregnant and wanted to give birth in the back bathroom too. They did successfully, making it the third baby born in the duck farm. But they kind of shifted around this power structure that had been created where we were all vying for our own sense of security, our own place. And yeah, they turned it on its head, brought their friends in, and soon enough, we were asked to leave, kind of using the same tactics that we had used to encourage the other rabble to go. And thankfully, we had created enough of a friendship in the community there to move down the road to a trailer and have a safe place to land. But and at that time, this woman who I'd been traveling through, who'd given birth, I'd forgotten to mention her name earlier. It was Spider. Her family was able to rejoin with her and kind of reunite, and it was really powerful in that I got to witness a family that had been broken by different issues and seen them reunited, with a new baby and with her son and her husband back. And at that point, it was kind of up to me if I wanted to leave or not. And so I did. I came back to Missoula, my home, and tried to build myself back up. And I kept in contact with everyone down there, with a deep love for them. And, pardon me. This cycle of the duck farm, it continued. They, the couple that had encouraged us to leave, they themselves were asked to leave too. And 2 more babies were born in the back bathroom, making it for a total of 5. But this winter, under the weight of all of the different ideas and projects and desires of the different people that were there, they didn't quite keep up on the upkeep. the maintenance of the place. And with the heavy snowfall we had this winter, the roof collapsed. And everyone was okay, no one was hurt, but they were all forced to leave. And it's really encouraging, the death of the duck farm there, because it really opened up for the community to come back into its original goal of a community gardens, and it really led the way for that continuation, and the Hoogles are productive. But it drove home for me that everything is going to change. Everything will eventually move on. Learn what you can in every moment. Don't look back. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed listening as much as I enjoyed telling it.